before we get out of here, obviously, I'm going to teach you about vagrants. Now, you're like, Bryan, don't talk about vagrants. No, vagrants are good in the bird community. And now, Chris, I'm going to remind you of Opie talking to that really boring guy. Do you remember that time Opie and that boring guy were talking to each other?
So we do a stream. We do a stream where we some of the times we'll watch Opie from Opie and Anthony show, New York City radio guy.
Sure.
He's not doing so well, and now he does his interviews with just random guys from his Facebook group, and one of them was he talked for about an hour about birds with this guy
and ticks
and stuff, or maybe the guy was a bird guy and he was talking about ticks. But
marine biologist.
Whenever we put it on, everybody leaves the stream. Everybody, all the viewers leave. Genuinely, 100 people will leave as soon as we play the clip.
So he was talking about what in the heck? There was a flamingo flying through New York. What in the world? Well, that's a vagrant, and those are birds that somehow got knocked off course and ended up in a place that they're not supposed to be. And I think what's happening is this is happening. And now these guys, because you're not supposed to have bird feeders, by the way, letting everybody know that it's unethical to have a bird feeder. Just letting you know. I know that. Yeah, it's sad, really. I mean, a lot of birders have them with the camera on them, but apparently, like, it messes up the bird's ability to forage for food if the food is just hanging in front of your house with a camera. Yeah. So, and also there's weird consent things about them being filmed, which that part, I don't know if that was a joke or not.
I think that's a joke.
Highly
I don't
serious.
think you need to we can't obviously get consent from a bird.
Chris, you have no idea how serious it seemed. Like, it did not seem like a joke when the guy said.
Maybe from a parrot, but the parrot, you would have to, you would be giving the consent, really, you know what I mean? Like,
and we know myna birds are the actual ones that can sound like humans. So,
but they like, you're not supposed to give them. I guess that makes sense because they go to a different place, so they like migrate. So you're giving them bird feed, and they can just get it so easily. Then they go migrate to a different place where they might not be able to find it so easily, and they might not be able to get food, and they might die.
Yes, and they get fat too. I saw a few fat birds when I was looking at the camera. People have Mike Hale, actually, friend of the show, very good friend of the show, always on any episode where we're talking about porno.
Yeah, he's our first ever guest that we ever had on Sex Guys. DB, Dog Boner on Twitter.
We know he has a bird camera. Mm-hmm. He bought it on Kickstarter because he shows about Kickstarters. Mm-hmm. And I was going to let him know. Probably shouldn't have that. But he likes looking at birds. And in my opinion, it's like... I guess if you like looking at birds, what am I going to say?
He listens to the podcast, I think. So at least Jesse does. Jesse will tell him, that's for sure. So he knows now that you think he's doing something wrong.
Like 100 guys are walking out of their house right now and bringing their bird feeder in the house.
Yeah, I don't know though. I guess I've never had a bird feeder, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe that.
What?
We know it's okay. It's okay.
You didn't know until now.
Why I would lie if I've never had.
It's okay,
dude. It's fine.
Have you had one, Joe? A bird feeder?
Personally, no. But growing up, we did stick it off. I don't. To the suction cup to the window type thing, the kitchen window.
I never had one. I always found them to be, there was always something that struck me as unethical about it.
Shut up.
Even when I was 5, 6 years old, I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I was like, this is unethical in some way.
This guy's lying like crazy. I've never had one, and I bet people believe that because I don't care about animals.
Yeah, you hate
it. Those squirrels sound like they would have their way with it if...
Oh, thank you, Joe. I hate those squirrels. We have an albino squirrel around here that I kind of like.
He didn't say that. Joe didn't say he hates the squirrels, by the way. He just said they would eat out of the...
Oh, you are welcome to come over and look at the squirrels anytime, Joe. I promise you'd hate them. Like, believe me.